Yes, people. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, welcome. I had to chip off and come back on. This is Italist One coming at you live and direct tonight on the YouTube and Twitter. Welcome to the Twitter family. I think this is the first broadcast of Twitter. And if you don't know, you know. You can subscribe, like here. Welcome to the family, the Twitch family, the YouTube family. Drop your link so we can connect. Had a little problem tonight with the internet. Didn't get mad though. Cut my first live shot for the day. It cut my first live shot for the day. So I know it had to be some kind of technical problem. And then basically what I realized probably is the technicians out there tonight working, and that means internet is malfunctioning. What a coincidence. So we had to drop the first live. Good thing I didn't panic or anything. I just, took it and I waited a little bit, and it looked like whatever they did took about an hour. So I guess the new firmware is up, and we're back on schedule. So how is everybody doing tonight? I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're having a better time than me. You're just in good spirit. Yes, that is very important. To be in good spirit is very important, because we know the enemy's out there working, but you have to have good spirit, yeah? And you have to know how to deal with the enemy. It's not a flesh thing, No, son. It's a spirit thing. Yeah, it's a spirit thing. So when we realize the enemy is working for our defeat, we don't run and cower. We just stand still and let God fight the battle for us. You understand? We let God deal with our enemies. He said, "Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord." Right? Vengeance is the Lord's responsibility to his people, first of all and above all. He is our responsibility, right? Or we are his responsibility. Yeah. Good morning, Miss Weller. How are you? Good morning. Yeah, we are God's responsibility. You know that? Yeah, so when he says vengeance is mine, that don't mean you need to take it on yourself. You leave it to him. Leave it to him because all things belong to him, right? The good, the bad, the indifferent. And we have to be always on the lookout, right? We love to live life, don't misunderstand us. We love to live life. That's why we do live stream, right? Maybe we need to stop live stream, call it live stream, LIF stream, right? Because we are living our life, right? And when we stream for the betterment of our life and of our family. Yes. So you may be wondering, why is he saying all of this stuff? Well, like I said, I had a live stream before, and then as soon as I come on, the internet started to give problem. So I was real kind of confused, I wasn't mad or anything, but I was kind of confused. How come all of a sudden? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I was kind of confused why the internet all of a sudden start to give problem. On the previous live stream that I did yesterday, I mentioned some stuff regarding live streamers, and I went and I did some research on the analytics, and they said that most live streamers that are successful do between 8 and 12 videos or live stream, and it pushes their channel a week. 8 to 12 live streams a week. So 8 times 4 for the month is 36. 8 times 4 for the month is, 12 times 4 for the month is 48. So I kind of looked into it. I said, man, that's interesting. That's very interesting. And obviously, I was curious to see what kind of content they're pushing out. Some are food channels, some are vlogs, the works. They have the ring light, they have the microphone, Everybody have a different style of live streaming. But I don't think that's the point. The point is probably the content, and also, again, the number of videos that they do put out. So, all being said and done, we're here to push our channel regardless of what may transpire, and we just want to be positive, and remain positive. Um, Again, it's not an easy thing to, put out content, right? But you gotta understand, the race is not for the swift, right? So we're not telling you to go and go for broke. But what we're saying is, you know, use wisdom, right? And be creative in what you're doing, right? So we encourage everybody, just keep going, keep pressing on, you know. Let me go to the chat. I'm here looking at the other thing. Totally forgot the chat was going on. Hello, Mr. L. Santos. How you doing? How you doing? Thanks so much. Appreciate it. L. Santos. Yes, I said it right, I believe. And we encourage everybody, stay connected. That's right. Just drop your link, stay connected. Yeah. Encourage everyone to link up with other live streamers of like mind, because sometimes which I also noticed, you can subscribe to all these channels, and some are fake channels. Some are scam channels also. Some don't have any subscribe views, and it hurts you because as you grow, right, you need that support. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be very careful with subscriptions. You need that support. People tell you, oh, there's shorter way or there's a quicker way. It's all good. I don't knock nobody. If you want to go that route, you know, but I like organic subscribers. That's me. I just like organic subscribers. I like to put in the work and see the results. And again, I use wisdom, right? Because you may come across something that will help you, and you have to subscribe to that channel. And if you get that little notification that says, oh, you subscribe to too many channels, now you got to go to that list, and you have to wonder, look at your subscriber list, right? When you go to your studio. So, be wise when you subscribe to people. Make sure you know who you subscribe to, and don't waste time. Don't allow people to waste your time either. Your time is precious, right? Because again, if you want to be successful in this YouTube thing, your time is very important. I can't stress it enough. Your time is very important, and there are many ways to have valuable time with YouTube. So, getting back to the order of business, yes, yeah, the race is not for the swift, man. The race is not for the swift. You know, uh, again, I like organic subscribers. I like people that I can talk to. I like people that connect, people that are, you can see that, yes, they are real people. Definitely, definitely. And I like support, iron sharpen iron. I like the fact that people, encourage you to keep streaming, right? Look, I don't judge nobody, but I know I'm being judged. So I try to promote the best, content that I can possibly promote, with this live stream and podcast and, social platforms. I try to promote the best content. You know, it was kind of, like I said, a sticky situation, because then I started to wonder, how long is this internet going to be out? You know what I'm saying? Because I need my internet regardless. If I don't live stream, I need my internet. But thank be to God, it came back on. I'm not really a TV person, and I'm not really, I like music, I love music, as a matter of fact. But when I'm focused on something, I like everything to go according to plan. That's just me. I like things to go according to plan. If you haven't checked out my bio, check out my bio, please, and like and subscribe on thumbs up. Tell a friend to tell a friend, share. We're here tonight, encouraging YouTubers stay connected and connect with everyone, right? I really appreciate it, and I enjoy the fact that you're reaching out, people. You're reaching out, and I really appreciate that. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. So, how is everybody doing tonight? Talk to me. Talk to me. Let me know how you're doing tonight. Is it going to be a busy day where you're at? Is it going to be raining? Cool gamer. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's raining over here. It's raining over here. So I'm reaching out to everybody today. And I was wondering how you doing. Hope you're in good health. Hope everything is going well with you. Hope everything is going well with you. Yeah, it's back to school right now. Back to school. And I know people are getting the kids together, you know, making sure that, they have their pencils and their books, right? And here, lunches to pack. I remember when I was going to school as a child, my mother, God bless her, you know, gave us the best she could afford. And it wasn't always, you know, the best according to today's standard, but it was the best for us. And I appreciated it. She went out her way a lot of times to make us have a fond love for school. Yeah, a mother's love, man. There's nothing you can do to replace that in this life. But God bless, good mothers out there who understood the assignment. Yeah, they understood the assignment. So, God bless them. I hope everybody have a good school year. I know last year was a little hectic towards the end of the year, and the young people them was you know in a little situation. I forget what part it was. I think it was Arizona or New Mexico, something like that. But be encouraged, parents, continue to pray over your children them and continue to show them, the right way. And maybe you have a disturbed child out there, you know, you need to check into some spiritual matters and ask for divine intervention, over your children them. You know what I'm saying? Because you might see it as your children, you don't want to lose them as friend or as children. You call them friend, but it's really your children, and children, there is no friend thing. But some people, think that way, and it's better to deal with the problem than not to deal with it, and then it becomes a problem that you cannot fix. You understand? So, you know, that is for the parents out there who feel like they cannot overstep their bounds for children. And a lot of time, all right, thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, a lot of time, too, children, you know, you may not think your parents are smart enough to talk to you, you know what I'm saying? Because now you're smart. But, you know, remember the race is not for the swift. Yeah, just slow down a little bit and take a deep breath. It's only 24 hours in the day. Parents can only talk for so long. You know what I'm saying? They can only talk but for so long. Welcome, miss. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. Let me make you moderator. 1 second. I'm gonna get there. Don't forget to smash the like button. Oh, you're already moderator. Okay. Thank you. Good morning. Smash the like button for me and connect with everyone in the chat if you can. Seems like it's only one person dropped the link, so connect with Cool Gamer. You can connect with Cool Gamer. Cool Gamer is one of our friends and very supportive. I don't know who he is because I don't see any connection with videos, but he's very supportive. So connect with him for me, please, and make a new friend. Yeah, so like I said, sometimes children, you look at their parents and you say, man, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. And but what I've learned too is better to be silent sometime and let it just diffuse itself, you know, because like I said, talking don't last for 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Parents might talk for like maybe an hour, if the most. And if you really, a problem child, as them say, they will talk maybe 2 hours, 3 hours the most. They're not gonna go on all day, all night. No, sir. That's parents, you know. But we pray over the children them. We keep them in our prayers, so that it'll be a good school year. And obviously, we know the people in charge need to make better rules to protect the children in school. Not necessarily, um, you know, a prison or nothing, but the children have to be protected, right? And the teachers have to be protected, to some extent in the schools. So, these are issues of life, These aren't even political issues. These are just basic issues of life. People go to work, they don't expect, to be traumatized by some disturbances, right? And people send their children to school and they don't expect them to be traumatized by some disturbances. You understand? So we keep them in prayer, 'cause it's a jungle out there. And we hope for the best, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're going to work, same thing. Big people got problems too, you know what I'm saying? Especially in the States, the stress factor is real high, you know. And you know, you could doesn't matter the position you hold, it doesn't matter your title, the stress factor is high because people have high expectations. The country is a capitalist country, capitalist economy. So consistently moving, consistently, around the clock. Businesses are functioning, you know, and the workforce is what keep it going. So people are really on a stress factor. I know a few people they couldn't wait to come out of lockdown, because they were so used to being on the move. To sit still drove them crazy. Yeah. But, That's another, story in itself. But as we see, society coming out of lockdown, it's a good thing. And at the same time, you got to be prayed up because all you have to do is just look at the news and see what's going on, right? Broad daylight, things are happening, you know, all across the country. You know what I'm saying? So, and around the world, in fact. So, we pray for safety and protection, you know, because yeah, the race is not for the swift, man. Even in live streams, a couple people I was reading, I don't know their names offhand, but they made headlines and they got banned, right? Totally banned from social media, which is in 2022 and going forward not a good thing, really, because it's free. Yeah, it's free. Let's call a spade a spade. It's free, and all you gotta they have its guidelines, it has its platforms, right? But it's not freedom of speech. So you have to curtail your language when you deal with the internet, which is okay. It's understandable, right? It's understandable. It's made a lot of people rich and it gives a lot of people to have a voice where there is no voice. But it is what it is. Unless you build it, unless you it's operating with your money and your funds, the internet is not free. So it's free to get on, but because of the policies that it has, it's not really free. So, wisdom you need in all factors of life. Yeah, you need wisdom in all factors of life. Yeah, and as much as creativity is out there, what I mean, creativity will always be critiqued. You know what I'm saying? They critiqued Michelangelo. They critiqued Da Vinci. They critique Picasso. They'll critique you. They'll critique Italics. You understand what I'm saying? But you got to use wisdom. You know what I'm saying? You have to use wisdom. You can't just go out there and do as you like. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. So, people, if you want to succeed, you gotta be modest in your approach. You know, you gotta be modest, right? Give room for etiquette. Yeah, you gotta give room for etiquette, man. You gotta have some table manners, right? Yes. Your mannerism has to be very on par. You know, you have to be on par with your mannerism. Yes, man. So this is Italics one. Check me out there. Go to the links in the bio. Support me and keep me in prayer. Yeah, keep me in prayer. You know, help a brother out. Right, and I'll do the same. I encourage you to do the same. Remember, 8 to 12 videos on live streams a week. I don't think shorts are included, but you know, you can try. You know what I'm saying? You can try. Big up to our Twitter family. Big up to our Twitter family. Shout out to them. Shout out to the posse. Shout out to the people, them. Shout out to those who support us and want to see us prosper. I really appreciate it. You may be watching us from a distant country. No problem. Just drop your link. Drop your link. Drop your link. And connect, 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 connect. Yeah, connect, 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 connect. Okay, so how many viewers do we have this morning? Some people still in their bed sleeping, but it's all right. It's okay. So maybe what we should do, let me see. Maybe we should just say something geared towards the experience, you know? We should do something geared toward the experience because the experience is ever changing, right? It's ever changing and we got to rest sometimes. So while we're resting, we need that covering throughout the experience, you know? We need that covering throughout the experience. So we don't want to be caught out there like some people, you know? We know that it's hard sometimes, but you just gotta keep on keeping on, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna say a quick verse, a reading, you know, and the reading is taken from 1 Samuel 3:19, and it says, "And Samuel grew, and the Lord was with him, and did let none of his words fall to the ground." Samuel grew, and the Lord was with him, and did let none of his words fall to the ground. 1 Samuel 3:19. Yeah, man, that powerful, man. For real. That's powerful. That is powerful. I feel like posting right now. I think I'm gonna post it to my WhatsApp. If you have my WhatsApp, you go there and see it. Yeah, you go there and see it. Okay. So let me see. How can I put this now? Put it just like I always said. Yeah, man. That's the color one. Okay, that's the color one. That's the color I want, man. Stay connected. That's all we want it. That's all we want it. stay connected. I wanted some praying hands, but I don't see the praying hands. So, okay, let's see the praying hands here. So you can go check my WhatsApp. If you connected to Italist One, you will see my WhatsApp. You can check it on there. All right. So the morning prayer, and Samuel grew, and the Lord was with him, and did let none of his words fall to the ground. First Samuel 3:19. God appointed Samuel as his prophet during the period of selecting two kings, first Saul, then David. This verse follows the moment when the Lord called Samuel. From then on, Samuel continued to grow. The Lord was with him, and all of his prophecies came true. God did great things through Samuel, and it began when God spoke to Samuel and he listened, calling himself the Lord's servant. Are you willing to do whatever it is God has for you? God works mightily through his servants. You hear that? God works mightily through his servants. Yeah, sometimes you gotta think about that. This is the prayer that they put with the verse, Lord, you did mighty things through Samuel. I praise you for your mighty works. You do great things through your people. You make small acts into mighty deeds. I will be your servant. Whatever small things or large things you have for me, I will do. I bow before you, ready and willing to do your will. In Jesus' name, amen. It's a great app. On all my phones, on all my devices, I should say. I keep the Bible up. I keep the Bible up. It's very important because nowadays everything is digital, you know what I'm saying? So the Bible app is important to me, and I always had a Bible with me all my life, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be a small one you stick in your back pocket and you walk around with, or the one that you keep at your bed head, or the one on the night dresser in the drawer, always had a Bible. So nowadays, we still carry our Bible, but we don't carry it as we should. I'm being honest, I don't carry my Bible as I should. You know what I'm saying? And I still read my Bible though. I still read it, you know. But even more so now, because of the, you know, accessibility of having the app or downloading it, it's a full joy, you know what I'm saying? So with the full joy now, we just utilize the resource, and it keep us in a perfect, understanding, you know what I mean? We still, we know sense or not, but it just keep us in a perfect understanding because sometimes you talk to man can't help you, you know what I'm saying? And man is, you know, to a certain understanding, but the book always you get a full understanding, and with time you can get clarity, you know what I'm saying? With time you can get clarity. So we enjoy the book, you know. We don't get political with it because it's biblical. It's not political, it's biblical, you know. The book is biblical and it is strength, you know what I'm saying, for people who oftentimes do get weak, you know what I'm saying, and who need encouragement, you know. It's good news, you know what I'm saying? It's good news. So we like, you know, always in our, you know, in our article, because although I don't memorize the book, I think that's one of my goals to I memorize a lot of the book, you know what I'm saying? That um, I could live off of it, you know what I mean? I could live off of it basically without even seeing another page because it's so in me. It's like in my blood, in my veins, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely, um a light bearer, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the book, I'm a light bearer. So if they said tomorrow they banning all books, they would have to brain wash me clean because the book is in me. You know, like the book of Eli is the book of Itel is in me. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, we love the book, man. And we don't look at it from some people do, but I don't look at it from a race thing, even though race is very prevalent in the book. I look at it from a spiritual aspect, as much as it history, right? It's a full understanding of his story, God's story. And it's interesting to me, it's a life book, it's a life book, very interesting. And the thing about it, when you read it, it's a fair book, right? It doesn't favor one particular nation or next, A matter of fact, in the beginning it did, but towards the end it did not. So when I think about the book, man, I'm telling you, it's balance, it's justice, true justice, and it evens the score, right? For all things past, present, and future, it evens the score. Now, many people have their version. This is the ITAL version, right? And I agree with some of the versions out there, but I'm just sharing this with the audience to let you know that, it's a life book, right? And, you know, with that, there is no more searching, right? Yes, now coming back to reality, right? Coming back to present reality, right? People will say, well, these kind of people are in there and that kind of people. Yes, that is all fine and good, right? Because it is what your eye can see. So yeah, we acknowledge that there are different groups of people in there, but it was never a book, I believe, designed, especially if it is a God that created all people. You understand? I don't believe it was made in that light to disown and own one set of people or next set of people, right? Based on the fact of race. No, 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 no. The only thing God pointed out was that the human race was created by Him. What He was looking at is not the outside, but the inside, right? Looking at the heart, right? And there's a scripture that says the heart is above all things wicked, and it is so true. It is so true, yeah, and because you have the sins of the human nature, right? I don't care how much if you say you are, good. Now you're far from the truth, my friend. It's far from the truth, right? And I'm not going into the sins of men because that's not what this is about. But you know your sin, right? Or you know your wrongs. You know, as pretty as you may be, you understand, as handsome as you may be, right? You know your wrongs, you know your sin, right? You know the ugly side of Italis, right? And that's how come you have to be, prevalent, and you have to use wisdom, and you must strive, right, to be a better person. It doesn't make you a better person if you a doctor or a great peacemaker. Yes, it does. Are you walking in the light of God? You probably are. But you see, just like we say we are children of God, you have to let people know, and that is the true test. Confession with the mouth is absolution with the heart, right? So when we say we are God's children, we confess with the mouth. When we say we are whatever denomination or whatever religion, you confess with the mouth, right? And that is absolution with the heart. You understand? Now, because of man's fallacies, that's how come we have many different type of denominations and sects and all these things. But the facts still remain the facts, you know what I mean? The facts still remain the truth, and the truth still remain available to us, which is enough to make the full analysis of your faith. You know what I'm saying? You make the decision, you know what I'm saying? And you do the research and you will find, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, there's a limit to research, and then you have to take it based upon faith, right? Belief. Now, again, there are people who have polluted the word of the Bible, right? Polluted it for their own gain. They have polluted it for different means and objectives. Well, there's a day for them, reserved for them, and they have to answer whether in this life or the next. We believe that also. And it's a shame, it's a shame that people go to that extent. Even in the realms of other religion, you know, people have polluted the very same Bible and form different, against sex and domination and things like that. Which is some understandable, right? Because man has done a lot of damage throughout history. You know what I'm saying? So this man has done so much damage, it's kind of, you know, hard to rectify it, until the final, day, you know, and it probably won't be rectified until then, to be truthfully speaking. And when I say the final day, I'm talking about the book. If you read the book in totality, there's a final day, in Revelation, but for that which can be rectified while we're here, it takes some, wisdom and some spiritual discernment to rectify it, and now I'm talking to those people who like are a part of the ecclesia, the priesthood, or some work within the priesthood of the ecclesia, right? Which is like, the church, or field, even in the era, what I mean? We have an opportunity, to rectify some of the wrongs that have taken place throughout history, and even the present day. Excuse me. Yes. So these are the responsibilities that we face every day. You know what I'm saying? Again, table manners is very important. Presentation is very important. In the work, whatever work you do, right? It don't necessarily have to be according to, the standard that is set by men, but there are some basic standards, right? Some basic things that are universal, you know what I'm saying? Like a good morning or a good afternoon, that's universal, right? You can knock somebody for basic things, pertaining to mannerism, because mannerism is universal in all languages, right? All languages are universal, you know what I'm saying? So these things we share because we share it for the sake of the people, and we share it because we know that it's good for the people, it's good for the children, right? A lot of times you see, I remember as a youth growing up, and it's something where it's not in the schools these days, right? It's not there anymore. But the schools were public school now, we're talking about they were private schools, but in public schools it was very religious at one point, you know, and it wasn't religious like with nuns and all of these. Those were the paid schools, but we're talking about public school now. They had some form of religion, right? The class would start, they would say their pledge, and then they would have like prayer, and occasionally, if the person that the teacher or the principal was a religious person, then they would read a Bible scripture, and that was a devotion. Not a long one, but just enough to keep the good vibes, right? Even though the day was, an 8-hour day, it still was protection, right? Within the environment. And then at some point, I don't know the year, but I was told it was like going into the 70s or so. And then they stopped that. They stopped it totally. Right? Even the children were disciplined, when we were growing up with certain, mannerism, discipline. Occasionally, it would lead to physical discipline. Yeah. So, but then that changed, that changed in the 70s and 80s. No more physical disciplining, no more prayer in the schools, none of that. That all changed. And, people, accepted it. The country, was going through a big transition and people accepted it. Now, looking back, was it the right decision? I could firmly say today it was not the right decision. It was not the right decision because now we look at society and the divorce rate is high and the list goes on. With the news, the list goes on. So the repercussions of taking the book of life, the Bible, out from the school has trickled down, right, and has gave a foothold to disobedience. Let's call it what it is. And it allow everything that we don't really want in our lives to come into our lives. Let's face it. You know what I'm saying? Let's face it. It's facts. I would be a fool to sit here and deny it, because I know it all transpired because a few people got together and had some motive and decided that it was better for society not to be, and how wrong they were. You know what I mean? If they are any type of good people and if they're still alive, they would most undoubtedly agree society has not been better off without the book. It has not been better off, and that's just facts. You know what I'm saying? Now that has arisen, a lot of debates and a lot of questions. Even now, as I speak, people are, actively working, to save a generation. You know what I'm saying? But it's a hard task. It's a hard task, you know, because the generation that we are in now, I believe, well, I think them call it Generation Z or something like that. So according to these people, they say it's Generation Z, and it's gonna start all over again. But at the rate I see the people going, I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, I don't think so, man. Not easy. It's not easy. It's a hard pill to swallow. Especially the temperament of youth. Like here in the States, like even the youngest of children, like the temperament. I don't know if it's the food, or if it's the water, I don't know. The temperament is real. And if you check it, the schools now, what they do is when they see that a child has a very hyperactive child, right? That's what they call it. Hyperactive children. Their temperament is very, off the Richter scale. You know what I'm saying? They recommend them to psychiatry. Then the psychiatrists, they do the evaluation, and most times, just the recommendation means you're already, counted out, and they put you on some medication to calm you down. And then now you got a generation of children who are already medicated at 4, 5, 6, 7 year old. You know what I'm saying? So tell me where's the solution. That's why I said, you got to pray your way through these things. It's a spiritual matter. You understand? It's a spiritual matter. I meditate sometimes, and when I meditate, I go into some deep, deep things in my mind because I see, the results of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I see the results of people who I because of the system. You know what I mean? And then again, we don't really have faith like that in the system. So the only thing we got faith in is in God. You know what I'm saying? And if it's God we are work with, then God will gonna have to, finish it. You know what I'm saying? From the beginning to the end. You know what I mean? You know, we can talk about whatever, whatever situation, whatever employment, whatever obligation. Yeah, they make it in a way that, it's a constant overcoming. You overcome this, you overcome that. And you have to be in the right frame of mind. You can be distracted, you know what I mean? But when you deal with the real topics, you know, there's no room for distraction. Distraction. Excuse me, not distraction. There's no room for distraction, you know. And we just stay prayed up, man. We live stream, we love it. You know what I mean? But we just want to bring people something to hold, something to grasp, something to think about as you go forward. Because, God bless my mother. We pass and gone, and our memory live on. God bless her. But when I speak of these things, I speak it out of experience, and I speak it because it can help someone, but my mother never rich. You understand? She never rich. But at the same time, she rich in many other ways. You know, she never rich materially, but she rich spiritually. You know, and what she give me, and no money can put on it, none whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? And I have a situation where you know I did a go through and still going through, and I tell you, it's just because of the spiritual things make me feel as if I'm going to get a breakthrough any day now, any moment, you know. And it is not a well wishing thing. This is factual things. You understand me? Because we have a relationship with the Father. You know, earthly father, earthly mother, good. But let me tell you something. When you don't teach your children, and it's not positive mindset, that is rubbish. Because let me tell you, when you see certain things and it don't look positive, and things can things that don't look positive can last for a period of time, right? What keep you? Not human connection that not keep you. Is spiritual connection. Spiritual connection keep you through any situation. You understand me? All right. I'm gonna leave that. That is on that. I'm gonna make a note right there. It's not human connection, it's spiritual connection. You understand? Because humans, they will fail you, man. Be real about it. You know, humans will desert you about connection. Alone, right? If you have spiritual connection, you're not alone. But don't get me wrong, human connection is good, right? Human connection is a wonderful thing, right? But I'm just saying, we don't know what life will bring us, right? We don't know what life will bring us. And in order to make it through, right, as a whole person, you need spiritual connection. You need a spiritual understanding, right? You need a God understanding. Let me just come out and say it. You need a God understanding, right? And this is why, you know, the book is good news, right? It's good news because it brings out to the human being the spiritual, you know, the spiritual connection that make you, you know, overcome, right? And not be overcome. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I don't come to waste time, you know. I don't come to tell you, you know, things that don't make no sense, you know. I'm telling you things that make sense. You know what I'm saying? That is vital. Yeah, and it's ital. You understand what I'm saying? It's spiritual. You understand? Because when you, me tell you, man, when you're back against the wall, what you gonna do? When you're on your deathbed or your sick bed, what you gonna do? You gonna cry out same thing where everybody else cry out to, oh God. You see me? Right? Me not tell you say you have to be a monk or a nun. Me not tell you say you have to be a prophetess. All them title they nice, all them title good. All right, but at the end of the day, you're a man or a woman, and you have a responsibility. You don't need nobody pray for you. You can pray for yourself. You understand me? You don't need no whole heap of people, a sing song with you. You can sing to yourself. And you can talk to God yourself. You understand me? That's how it go. So sometimes they will laugh after you. Yeah, make them laugh. No problem. But the inside last. The inside last. The inside last. Right? When you see sometimes you see some people, you can always tell a person, you know, when they go funeral. Yeah, you can tell a person how them live, by when they go funeral, you know what I'm saying? And the relationship them had with people by them funeral, But yeah, it's just one of those things, you know. It is that experience, the greatest experience, a spiritual experience, you know. That's why I don't worry YouTube, I don't really worry about it, but I love it. But I don't worry about my Twitter. I don't worry about my Instagram. I don't worry about my TikTok. I don't worry about my what. All the internet. I don't worry about it. I just go ahead as if it is the last. You understand? Then wake up tomorrow and them say, you're banned. You wake up tomorrow and you say, oh, you're disconnected. I lie them I tell I'm connected. I'm connected to the highest of the most highest power. You understand me? Yeah. I'm connected to a spell power. So when I speak into the ear, it just permeate, it echo. You understand? You know what I mean? People, these are serious matters and serious times. You understand what I'm saying to you? You know what I mean? Don't worry about the masses because the masses, you understand me? I said to you, the masses they mix multitude with the masses. Right? The good, the bad, and the indifferent. Some of with daughter no good. Some of with man no good. Some of with brethren no good. Some of with brother and sister no good. Some of the parent no good. But we who have little good in us, let us strive to be better. Let us do things with excellence. You see me? Some of with neighbor no good. But we just have to live good and do good. And the good will take care of the rest. You understand what I'm saying? Leave all vengeance unto Jah. You see me? Leave our vengeance unto God. He will avenge the vengeful. You understand what I'm saying to you? I real talk, man. Real talk. You see me? So these things, I meditate on. Yeah, we live stream, no doubt about it. We love the business of media. That's why we call this Italist One Media. We love media, something we've been doing for a very long time, but we understand at any point, at any time, the rug can be pulled out from underneath us. And it don't necessarily mean by man's doing. It could be spiritual doing too. Yeah, because spiritual coming good, bad, and indifferent too. So you see the constant, wrestling with good over evil, right? And evil over good. I have a book coming out, they call it The Art of Spiritual Warfare. I'm working on it. Because a lot of people don't understand this thing. You see my shirt? So my shirt says lions. The lion king of the jungle. The lion is the lion of Judah. You understand? And then he's also the lamb. Right? He's the humble lamb. You see me? The shepherd will cater to the sheep. But how can it be a lion? Yes, because sometimes the lion has to roar. Right? The lion is in the shepherd and the shepherd is in the lion. You see me? I know me say so. It's in the book. You can see it in the book. It's there. That's why I love the book so much, because you can be a humble man walking through life and some people just come and just want offend you, put it that way. You see that humble man become a liar and you say, I never know that man was like that. Jehovah, you just say, oh, I never know that man was like that. Because him have the lion and the shepherd in him. The lion and the lamb rest together. Believe you me. So, it's not a joke, but it's a real thing. And people don't want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? They want to keep you on the baby in the manger, or they want to keep you on the, but they don't want to talk about the tomb and the reason. And they don't want to talk about the land when it come. You understand? The defender of the faith. They don't want to talk about that stuff. They want to tell you, oh, you can conquer, you can overcome. But what do you do when sickness take you? Right? When bills pile up on you, what do you do? What do you do? You know what I'm saying? Suicide is not an option. You see me? Suicide is not an option. Right? That's a cop out. What do you do, brother? What do you do, sister? You turn to the Father. That's my answer. Turn to the Father. You don't get drunk. You don't get high. You don't drown out your problem. No, sir. You don't do that. Turn to the Father. Turn to the Almighty. You understand? I'm telling you, you gotta be, again, a monk or a nun or a priest or a priestess or a pastor. No, I'm just saying, you have what it takes to deal with every situation as a human, but it takes spiritual things also. And that spiritual thing is having a relationship with the Almighty. No matter how small it may be, no matter how big it may be, you still have to have a relationship. And keep that at the forefront of your mind, right? Keep it at the forefront of your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because the enemy work in every department. Let's just be factual about that. Every department, from the time you go to bed, from the time you wake up, the enemy is working. Sometimes you say, yes, it's so peaceful, and you have a dream, but the dream has a bad part of it, which becomes a nightmare. And who's that working? The enemy. In more ways than one. But we always thinking dream is a good dream, but nobody talks about the nightmare. Yeah, because what? It is so simple. It is not factual. But can you imagine a nightmare 365 days a year, non-stop? You're lucky if it's a leap year. You might get 364 or 366, whichever. You understand? So it's good and it's bad in everything, even your dreams. And if you want good dreams, you have to have a relationship with the Father. You understand? So you know how to keep those dreams in check. Because dreams should not dominate you while you sleep. Dreams supposed to you supposed to dominate dreams. You understand? Because when you're awake, you say, oh, that's my dream. And you work towards your dream. Because you dominating your step day to day to work towards the dream. So while you sleep, you should dominate your dream also. Your dream should not dominate you. You understand what I'm saying to you? Facts. You should have no room for nightmares. But nightmares do come. Let's be real about it. Nightmares do come. And then, you have to know how to deal with those things, right? With affirmations and things like that. But those are spiritual things. If you're not ready for that, you accept your nightmare. You know what I mean? And those nightmares become truth, right? Sometimes there's signs, right? Sometimes it's just blissful, but sometimes, majority of the time, those things are there to dominate. You understand? They're there to dominate and cause confusion and cause trauma. Yeah. Yes, man. Many people have become traumatized through dreams, nightmares. Put it that way, not dreams, nightmares. Yes, you understand. So you're not gonna know these things, you know. You're not gonna know these things unless you read the book and have facts and have proof, right? Number one, go read Exodus when Pharaoh was holding the Jews captive, right? And God sent him a nightmare in a dream. And when he wake up, him so paralyzed, him could barely speak it because the thing frightened him in his subconsciousness. You understand? It's a real thing. Real thing. How many of you had dreams where you're falling and you're falling and you're falling and you're falling? Yeah, a nightmare. Your subconscious self. The most vulnerable time is when you're sleeping. Yes, real thing. You understand? But you're there feeling confident because you're successful, or you're confident because you're healthy and strong. But you're frightened for sleep. Yeah, you're frightened to sleep. Why is that? Yeah. So you see this race? It's a serious race. It's a marathon, a triathlon. Yes, it's a serious race, man. You have to know how to deal with it. You understand me? You have to know how to handle the race, with spiritual matters. I'm not talking about physical because you can do as far as God created man, man can do anything he put in mind to. You understand? But you have to acknowledge the man. You have to acknowledge God, you know, in very high matters. Because the things you cannot handle within human understanding, you know. Some things just confusing, some things are hard to figure out, some things need expertise that you can't afford, you know what I'm saying? Or you cannot, or you don't have access to, you know. And then who have to step in? But the Almighty, who else can step in? Nobody can step in except the Almighty. That a truth, you know. Go back to the dream again, right? When in Egypt again, right? Where them have the interpreter Joseph. Joseph was a interpreter of dream. You understand? And Pharaoh again have a wicked dream. That time the Jews them that was before. No, while the Jews them they go in, the first time was voluntary, but the second time now they become like the slave labor of Egypt, and have a wicked dream where come in. I can't remember the full story. I will look it up and I'll come back again with the dreams. That'll probably be another broadcast also, And well, again, he come in like him paralyzed because the dream terrified him, just sent for Joseph and just interpret it, man. 7-year famine. You understand? 7-year famine, you know, and 7 year of plenty. What you mean? He coming like that's what we're living in now because inflation high and all these things. Everywhere you turn, all in Africa, or Europe, and Americas, you know, down in the South Americas and all them inflation high. Coming like famine upon us. You see me? And it break them falsify the thing when it talk about job there and people them falsify it because robbery and all these things depend on the thing high in the States. I don't know about nowhere else. But me know say people are on the brink, are on the edge. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Serious thing. Yeah, man. Serious matters, serious matters. I come down the line, I come down the pipe, serious matters. And may I show people out there a vibe, if you have the opportunity, and if we may talk about this live stream now, you know what I'm saying? And talk about live streamers. You have the opportunity for live stream, When I say for do what you love, do your passion, but make room for God, make room for the Almighty because these things is spiritual matters. Right now, my advice going back to some computer that connected to some computer and one big mainframe. Facts, one big mainframe. You hear me? And all the data and all the ones and zeros and all these things I collect on I and I, you understand? But one thing me know too, if my life should cease to permeate the air, Let it be known that I live today and I clarify that I am a child of God, you understand? I mean, also, our spiritual matters we are deal with. You see me? We know say no weapon formed against us can prosper. You see me? But we still spreading the love of God. You understand? You know, it is serious matters. You know, we know say all things are in His hands. You understand? Yeah, all things are in His hands, and we not let go that. We not let go that. We not have to go on like you know Tom, Dick, and Harry. You can be yourself, and the same way you see me in here is the same way I am in real life, you know. But me understand the assignment. You understand what I'm saying to you? I understand the assignment, you know, and more me I understand it. It's a vehicle taking you from one point to the next. Some people get in the vehicle and they just stay at one point. You know, there's many opportunities that this offers, right? Number one, for me, my opportunity, I'm a light bearer. You see me? If I can help your channel grow, I'm gonna help you grow. If you can help my channel grow, I receive it, right? But me not taking any shortcut. I'm not buying any subscriber. You understand? I won't do it. You understand? If you have to do it, I don't knock you, right? I don't knock you. But you have to understand also as an individual, right? As a channel grow, you have to interact with your subscriber, and depending on where you're gonna take it, right? So you don't know, some people them grow big in the pandemic. At that time, I wasn't ready. I didn't have the resources and all of that, and then policies for YouTube were different, but I should have been streaming on other platform, that had given had different policies. But at the same time, I wasn't ready. But you see, now I'm ready. So, and I have a whole lot of time, and I'm using what God gave me. So now, moving in that operative mode, I understand the assignment. You understand? So it is good. It is my, my baby, as them say. Your baby, and you nurture it. Because a baby is the first stage. You know, and then from baby you have adolescence. I'm gonna reach adolescence yet. I'm gonna reach there yet. Hopefully, with consistency and diligence, we reach adolescence, right? I'm gonna think it I'll go take no whole heap of time. I denounce that. I renounce it. You understand? No. But what I believe, when the baby first come, the baby attack Google Gaga, that mean you have to, touch this, touch that, touch this, touch that, do this. But the baby learn, you teach the baby, don't you? From a toddler, you teach the baby till they reach adolescence and it start pronounce. And your live stream start to gather rhythm, and your live stream start to formulate its image. just like the baby formulated image. Yeah, that is the formula, you know, from a baby to adolescent, and from adolescent to teenager, and from teenager to adult. That's 4 stage, don't it? And I think it's the same for this race, right? When we say the race is not for the swift, it's the same thing, right? The race not for the swift, you know. The real, you know, the real proper way to finish that off is the race is not for the swift, but for those who can endure it until the end, you know. And that's a scripture verse in the Bible, but I believe it's factual. Understand? Enduring it, right? Enduring it, and it can be elaborated on. You know what I'm saying? But we just leave it at that. I think you get the picture. I think you get the full understanding of the whole, you know, talk that we're having this morning, you know. And it's a good talk, yeah, because it gives you an understanding of how you take your baby all the way to adult stage, right? Because you can't just be dropping link all the time. No, man. You gotta have some content. You have to have some content, right? And then you have to do your research also to make your channel grow, right? You can't just be spending up money. Because if them pull it, you know, you're done. You spend up all that money, you're done. What's gonna keep your subscriber them is the content, the maturity of the broadcast, the maturity of the channel. You understand? And it's not just on human understanding, it's spiritual too. It's spiritual. Because the people them, you know, let's be factual, you know. They've been around for about 16 years. I'm more, almost like 20 just now. It's been around for a while, so the competition is thick. You understand? And mind you, they're in the business to make money. They're not in the business to lose money. So if you're looking to be successful and looking to be, you know, become monetized, or, you know, basically that's what it is. It's a brand. You look in that direction, you gotta take it, and you know, say, you know, time against you also. That should be the, like, it is the last one. You know, it should be like, look, it's for you. There's no ins and there's no outs. So if you work it, there's some injury and some consistency. That's all it takes. Won't take much, you know. Don't take much. Yeah, people. So we're coming on the 2 hour mark. I think I'm gonna depart here now, and I think it might be good because I'm working on a little strategy, you know. And I wanted the people them to, you know, really take this thing to the next level, you know. Somebody out there is listening, and somebody is gonna make the decision today to become a live streamer. Yeah, somebody's gonna become a live streamer today at some point in their journey, right? And it's just the beginning. It can only get better. So thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm gonna push out now.